everyone. Welcome to the Chairlift, where we talk all things snowboarding. I'm your host, Snowboard Mom, and with me today I've got
Ollie.
Ollie's my 11-year-old son, and he's going to be with me today talking about all things snowboarding. So, Ollie, tell us a little bit about what kind of snowboarder you are. Like, what's your style? Park kid? Are you like more of a, I don't know, free ride guy? Are you a race guy?
I am more of a free ride and race guy.
Yeah, okay, so
I'm more of an all-around
rider.
Yeah.
You like to hit a little bit of the park and you like to hit a little bit of the powder. I think you're more like, you like the big lines, you like dropping things, you like to go fast. You're sort of playful and aggressive on your board. So that's how I would describe your riding. How would you describe my riding?
You're riding you go straight line.
Straight line?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not kidding.
Go fast or go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, maybe I don't hit as many jumps, boxes, rails, and half pipes as I used to, but
You're older now.
oh, thanks, Ollie. But yeah, I still like to snowboard a little bit, and these days I'm a little bit more into split boarding, so I like those leg burners. All right, well, we get to ride the East, so unfortunately we don't get as many powder days as we'd like, but we still appreciate the powder. Today we're going to talk about one of the snowboards that Ollie got to test out on the Tremblant Demo Day. So unfortunately, Tremblant Demo Day isn't that great if you're a snowboarder wanting to try out all the different snowboard brands, but it is really good if you want to try out some of the Burton boards out there. So, Ollie, you got to try out a board, right?
Yeah, I did.
And I think that was the Burton Talent Scout 146.
Yeah, it was.
So tell me, what did you like about that board? Oh, wait, first, how many runs did you do on that board?
I did 2 or 3, if I remember correctly.
3 runs? Sweet. Okay, so tell me, what did you like about that board?
I found that it was like very like good on the edges, but stiff at the same time. It was stiff. Yeah, it was stiff and like it was not bad on the edges. That's what I liked about it. Because currently I have a
Okay, so tell me what you didn't like about it.
Oh, I didn't like that it was too stiff because I got a soft board. It was also a twin tip.
And you're more of like a directional guy?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Well, some people prefer the twin tips.
I think more people prefer twin tips.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A lot of like the park kids probably like the, twin tips for
go and switch. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me then, who would this board be perfect for?
Anyone really riding, anyone riding like in the park or
Do you think it would be for like a beginner rider, an intermediate, or like advanced or pro?
Oh, if we're talking about like in the skill levels, definitely a beginner intermediate.
Okay.
I wouldn't think it would be a pro board. Just
No?
in my opinion.
Just in your opinion?
Yeah.
Do you think it would be a good board for like someone like me, like mom? That's like, still wants to hit the park, but I'm not doing the big
Yeah.
booters anymore. I'm sort of like, hitting like the dance floor box or.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you would. It would be a
Yeah,
board.
I should try that board then. Interesting. Okay, so tell me a little bit about where we ride. Where do you mostly ride, Ollie?
We as a family, we ride more at Mont Tremblant, Quebec.
And where else have you ridden? Like, so we're in Mont Tremblant usually on the weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if anyone's ever doesn't know where Mont Tremblant that is, it's about an hour north of Montreal, up in Canada, Quebec, Canada. Um, and then we live near Ottawa, Canada. And so on weeknights, where do you usually ride, Ollie?
I on weeknights probably more at the local hills.
Yeah, like
So,
which one is that?
I used to ride this one called Edelweiss.
Yeah, and they had a sweet park. I don't know
Oh.
what their park's like this year, but now we're riding. Which hill are we riding now?
We're riding Vorlage.
Yeah, and this year, if everyone's heard, Vorlage bought a pipe dragon. So they're
We're gonna have a half pipe. Yeah.
Yeah. The what we thought was the extinct half pipe is making a comeback for the first time in about 20 years in the region. So that'll be pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Can't wait to try that. So I know that my husband, also known as Snowboard Dad, he's a coach and he runs a snowboard club as well as, and the snowboard club, by the way, is called the Mavericks. But there's also some Grom gatherings called the Gathering, and hopefully, later this season they'll be hosting a pipe jam. So please do come out and join us if you're in the Ottawa-Gatineau area, and we'll be releasing that date soon. All right. So what else should we talk about? Oh. Yeah, okay, so what's our upcoming trips, Ollie? Where are we going?
We are going to Sugarloaf in Maine.
Yeah, okay, so Sugarloaf in Maine. I think that's going to be, what, like a 6-hour drive?
Yeah, from Ottawa, 6 hours.
And for anyone that's ever been there, it's a pretty sweet place. They've got a few parks. So we'll be doing that review there. We've been there a few times before. We have the Icon Pass, the Icon Base Pass, which is great for traveling because it gets us to all sorts of places that we wouldn't otherwise go since, of a day ticket can be pretty hefty these days. But the great thing about Sugarloaf is they also have a community center nearby where we get to go skateboarding. And that's indoor skate park, has like a pretty sweet bowl as well as park and street section and a really great mini ramp for all the Groms. So we bring our 2 kids, Ollie, who's 11, Kai, who's 8, and we're also bringing a few friends. So tell us about your friends, Ollie, that are coming with us.
Yeah, as my mom was saying, I have 2 friends. One of their names is there's one younger one and older one. There's 2 brothers.
So who's your best friend?
My best friend, his name is West. He's coming with us to Sugarloaf. And
How old's West?
How old is West? I think he's 12.
Yeah, he's a year older than you. And who's his brother?
His brother is Reed, and he is 10 now.
That's right. And they're bringing their cousin.
Their cousin's name is Henry, and he's 13 now.
That's right.
And they all snowboard and skateboard, so that's gonna be fun.
It's going to be amazing. And by the way, they also have like the barbecue restaurant there, right? And what's in the basement of that barbecue restaurant in Sugarloaf? Do you remember?
Is it the arcades?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the arcades. That's fun.
Okay, so what's your favorite arcade game, Ollie?
That one, where you're like on a motorcycle, and there's usually like another motorcycle beside
like one of those motorcycle games where you race
like the other person beside you or something. Yeah, that I do all the time when I go to like the cinema or something with my brother, because they have arcade games over there, and we race each other.
So you want to know what my favorite arcade game is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pinball.
Pinball? Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty old school.
That's pretty lame.
Thanks, Ollie. All right. So when we go to Sugarloaf, they have a boarding school there. I think it's called the Carabasset Valley School. And it's an actual boarding school where kids stay there all week. They get to ride and, of course, complete their high school diploma. So that sounds like a pretty sweet deal. I wouldn't mind going to boarding school myself, but I'm done school and now I have to fend for myself and my children. So I think another thing that we're going to be doing when we're there is our freestyle kid Kai is going to be doing an event with USASA. So yeah, I think it should be interesting. Kai hasn't competed since last season, so that'll be the first contest for him this season. And Ollie, are you going to be doing the freestyle?
No, I won't be doing the freestyle because I'm more of a border cross.
You're more of a border cross kid, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I heard that Snowboard Dad ordered you a new board.
Oh yeah, he ordered me what is it?
It's a Donic board.
Yeah, it's a custom to my height and to my measurements. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be like the exact perfect board.
So little thing about Ollie here. So this summer, Ollie's foot size actually grew to the same size of feet as mine. And he was stealing my running shoes. And now he has outgrown those shoes. And I don't even know what size. You're like size 7 men's now, I think?
Yeah, I can go up to 7.5 even.
Okay, well, there you go. So his, but he's not that tall yet, right? So you're like...
I'm kind of short.
Well, you're like probably 4'11". And so he has way bigger feet than me, is shorter than me. So he sort of needs a bit of a wider board for the size that he is. So we ordered a Donic board that will be perfect for him to do some border cross. And we can't wait to, give you a review of how that is once we receive the board. So any day now, I don't know if it's been shipped yet, but We're looking forward to it. And is there a custom graphic on it too, Ollie?
Oh, yeah. I got to choose my own graphic on it.
So, okay, describe what is it going to look like?
If I remember correctly, because it's been like what, 4 months now since I've ordered it?
No, more like 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Am I losing track of time?
Probably, but that's pretty normal when you're a kid.
4 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, so tell me about the graphic.
it's like it slowly fades into a blue, I'm pretty sure.
Sweet. So, okay, so what's your favorite color then?
Purple.
I thought it was orange.
Purple orange. Yeah.
All right, fine. All right. So, okay, so I'm really looking forward to this trip to Sugarloaf. And we'll give you a review on that as well. Afterwards, I think we're going to be going to Bromo for another freestyle competition, a slope style. By the way, Ollie does border cross and Kai does too. Kai hasn't specialized yet. He's 8 years old, and in fact, what my husband, who's a snowboard coach, recommends is that kids wait as long as they can to specialize, and so that they can try everything, and essentially do anything that they love. So we're there to support them in whatever it is that they want to do. Yeah, so Bromo, and I think at the end of what I'm really looking forward to is at the end of January, we're going to be taking a trip to the Shikshuck. And so for anyone that isn't familiar with Quebec, the Shikshucks are known to be like the backcountry spot for snowboarding and skiing in Quebec. There's no real other place where, you can go and ride Big Mountain in Quebec. So we're going to go on a catboarding experience, and we can't wait to tell you all about that. Otherwise, later, I think we're going to interview Snowboard Dad, and he can tell us a little bit about the snowboards that he has tried at the Tremblant Demo Day.
Oh, and Mom, what is catboarding? Like the catboard?
So a catboarding is sort of like, it's not like, skinning up a mountain, split boarding. That's a lot of work, and it takes a lot of time to get all the way up. It's not quite like, having your personal sled either. And it's not as expensive as something like heliboarding, where, a helicopter would pick you up and drop you at the top of the mountain. Essentially, catboarding is a cat machine. It sort of looks a bit like a groomer. You can put a whole bunch of people in there, all your buddies, and the cat moves you up the mountain, and basically you get to ride down, and it can meet you at the bottom and bring you back up again. So, it's like a backcountry lift, if you will.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're also gonna go to Banff this spring.
I hope so. So I think what you guys are going to be doing is with Canada Snowboard, they organized the Gathering. And that's like, a bit of a snowboard camp for kids who are doing competitive snowboarding.
Yeah.
So tell me about, you went last year, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay, you got to tell me more about it. What did you do there?
So they had a really, really sick, like I guess it's a park, but it's like this.
Oh, I think I've seen pictures.
Yeah,
It's like transitions everywhere, right?
Yeah, exactly. You could do all your own tricks. Like you basically like you could like make up like runs and stuff.
It almost looked like a skateboard like transition park.
Yeah.
But for snowboarders.
Exactly.
Okay, and what did they call that park? Was there a special name for it?
I forget. It was a year ago, so.
All right. And what else did they have there?
They had an alpine course, which was really, really fun.
Did they have a border cross track?
They had a border cross track. I did that like lots of times. I beat a couple kids, like teenagers older than me.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, by the way, that was all held at Sunshine, and Sunshine is also part of the Icon Pass, which is awesome. I actually lived out there for a while. I lived in Lake Louise in Field, BC. That was actually before I had Ollie. So I'm not gonna date myself here. But yeah, Lake Louise. I want to say Lake Louise is. I prefer it to Sunshine. And I was out there back in the day when they had Super Park in Lake Louise.
What's Super Park?
Man, it was. I don't know if they still have Super Park, but it was so rad. It had like these uber massive jumps that were like 100 feet long. And back then it was like the biggest thing that people had seen. And like massive quarter pipes, just everything was extra large.
That sounds intense. Like intense.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Maybe we should isolate those clips. Okay, so what other trips are we doing this year? So we're going to be doing all of the Quebec snowboard contests, I believe, and we're going to be doing junior nationals as well. So junior nationals, I believe, is going to be held at Horseshoe down in Ontario this year. So that'll be fun. As well as, I don't know if we're going to be doing any other events. But yeah, mostly all of the Snowboard Quebec events, the Yeti events for the Groms. I don't think we're going to be doing any Coupe Quebecs because both Ollie and Kai are not quite at the Coupe Quebec age yet. So Ollie, you're going to be doing U13. Yeah. Okay. And Kai is going to be doing U9.
Yep.
Yeah, Kai is still in U9. Good for him. He's going to be pretty awesome by the time he's going to be older. So, do you want to ask me any questions?
Yeah, I had a question. Like, when you were in Lake Louise, like, did you, like, work there? What did you do when you were in Lake Louise?
Yeah, so I was actually working at the bar and grill in Lake Louise.
You were working at a bar?
I worked on the restaurant side, so I was a server.
Oh, okay.
But it was a pretty sweet gig because I got to snowboard all day and then
cool.
work at night, make some money, and then get to be a snowboard bum. And I got to do that for like 2.5 years or 3 years.
I thought you were gonna be like a lifty. Like something like that.
Maybe, eh? Well, now we have a podcast called The Chairlift. But you know what they sang when I lived in Lake Louise? There was this song called Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. And all the lifties would sing, save a chair, ride a lifty.
Save a chair, ride a lifty. What?
How long have you been snowboarding, Ollie?
I've been snowboarding since
Do you remember your first time snowboarding?
Not at all.
How old were you?
Not even one. I was 9 months old. Was it 9 or 10?
What kind of parents do you have?
Crazy. No, I have good parents. I have really good parents. They encourage me to do everything. Supportive. They're great.
Okay, I did not force this out of his mouth, I swear. He said it on his own will, but that's awesome. Okay, so you tell me, if you could go snowboarding anywhere, where would you go snowboarding?
This is kind of a hard question. Can I say more than one?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would go to Japan.
Me too.
Yeah, Japan. Because there's lots of powder, but also I love Japan culture. I'm a big fan of anime. So like Japanese novels and stuff. So that I love that. So I'll go there not just for the snowboarding, but really just for everything.
For the culture?
For the culture too.
Okay, so what's your favorite anime?
My favorite anime? Probably Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about Demon Slayer. What's it about a little bit?
Demon Slayer is a show.
They're also manga books, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But
okay.
I'm talking about the show.
Okay.
So, the main character, he is when the show starts off, he's like, I would say about maybe 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And he lives like in the woods in a small village.
Mm-hmm.
This is based in like 1933-ish. Around that time.
And does he slay demons?
Yeah. Oh, no, actually. Sorry. It's not 19. It's 18. 18, like, it's in the 1800s-ish.
Dude, what happened to your arm?
I bruised it.
Did you give it a hickey?
No. I bruised it, for real.
Oh, God.
It's like...
Okay.
For real.
You got attacked by a vacuum cleaner.
Where were we again? Demon Slayer.
Okay, where else do you want to travel snowboarding, though?
Probably I want to try the Alps. Like, go snowboarding maybe in the Alps. But I don't really know too much about them.
Chile. Oh no, we should go to Chile.
Yeah, we should.
One place I have not been, well, I haven't been to Japan. I've never been to Europe. But I would really like to go to Colorado.
Where's that? Where's Colorado?
It's in the U.S. It's like...
But you have been in the U.S. What
I
are you
have
talking
been,
about?
yeah, but I haven't been to Colorado. I've been to California. I've been to Utah. I've been to Vermont. I've been to Maine. I've been to New York.
You've been to all these places.
Been to Massachusetts. I've been to Florida.
Okay, stop.
So, what are you hoping that we do with this podcast, Ollie?
I hope that we get, like, pros to come on this pod. Like, local pros and stuff.
You want me to interview local pros? Would you interview them?
No.
No.
I could interview them with you, but I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna be your co-interviewer.
You'll be my co-host.
Yeah, I guess
right.
so. Whatever it is.
All right, Snowboard Mom it is then. All right. So what else? Like, should we do some resort reports? Park reports?
Yeah,
race reports?
Let's give a report on Mont Tremblant.
Mont Tremblant? Okay, tell me what you like about Mont Tremblant.
Well, I like this year that they actually did a good job on the parks.
Oh, the Mitik Park. They actually opened it early.
Yeah, and they did a good job on it too.
Good. They're the right size for kids, right?
Oh, yeah. For like, I would say, it depends on your skill level. Really depends on your skill level.
Yeah.
But I would say maybe 8 plus.
Or yeah,
9
or like
plus.
yeah, or like yeah.
Really depends on your skill level.
Exactly. I do find that they need like some boxes for like the really younger kids.
Oh, yes, they
like,
really do.
5-year-olds. You got your 5-year-old. Yeah, if they're very skilled, they might be able to like hit some of the stuff in that park. But there's either like a jump on or like a big drop off at the end of every box. There's nothing that's like flush to the ground.
Yeah, it's kind of...
yeah. But otherwise, like, we are so happy that they opened the park a little bit earlier than usual for the kids. Kids loved it. We lapped all day today. It was supposed to rain, by the way, and the rain stayed away. So we got to lap the park over and over again. And we were 5 kids, right? We had Lolo, who is 7. We had Kai, who's 8. We had Emmy, who is 9. We had Ollie, who's 11. And we had Maddie, who's 12. And
13.
Maddie's already 13?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh my god. Yes, that's true, because he's a fall baby. Okay, so, well, he's not a baby anymore, but when he was born, he was a baby. Either way, yeah, we had a good time lapping, and I've got some really good shots. Which, by the way, if everyone wants to check us out
on IG, Instagram.
Yeah. So what's our Instagram handle?
It is I think it's Ollie.
No, it's at Kai and Ollie Shred. Underscores between all those words.
Yeah.
So come and check us out on Instagram. Yeah. Otherwise, you know what? One thing that Mont Tremblant could do to really improve that Mitik Park is at the top, they need to put some fence between the main run and the park run.
They really do. There is absolutely...
It becomes chaos.
It becomes chaos, and there's like no etiquette towards it.
Well, yeah, so what happens is that skiers that are just casually going down, they sort of like dart right through the park, or someone that didn't start from the top of the park will all of a sudden, like in the middle of the features, dart in front of your lines. So, you know, they really need to put up a fence just to make it a bit safer for all the kids. Yeah. And you guys out there, keep that etiquette up. Call your drop-ins. Make sure that the landings are clear before you drop in.
Yep.
How many times have you been cut off, Ollie?
Oh my God, so many times at Tremblant. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
This year so far, maybe 10 times. So.
How many days have you gone this year so far?
Since it opened. So every weekend since it opened, pretty much.
Yeah.
Plus the holidays.
Yeah. Sweet. Do you know when your first competition's going to be? It's got to be in like
February.
2 weeks. Oh, it's not till February.
No, maybe January, actually. I think I'm wrong.
Maybe January. I don't know when the first border cross. We'll have to check out that.
Although Kai has a
Well, yeah, he's gonna do the Sugarloaf.
The USASA.
Yeah, Sugarloaf slope style. And I think after we're gonna be doing Bromo. I'm not quite sure what it is the weekend after that. But
Might be chill.
It's
more Snowboard Dad that knows. He does all the planning, everything like that. You're just here doing the podcast, basically.
Pretty much. I'm pretty out of the loop. I'm not going to lie. Snowboard Dad is the coach. He organizes everything. I just tag along and I split board up. And during events, I'll be like a volunteer and, I'll do things like line up all the competitors up for the start, make sure that they all have their bibs. Sometimes I'll be at the finish line, doing the photo finishes or
cheering me on.
calling the drop-ins. I used to be, in a previous life, a snowboard judge.
Really?
And previous to that, I was a snowboard competitor.
So you were a competitor, then you went to judge, and now you're a volunteer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think we're going to have a lot of stuff for you guys in the future. But we're going to let you guys go. And I'm going to say shred on.
Yeah, shred on. It's time to lift the bar.